Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's get started. We're going to show you, because we're going to have you tie your band. So you have, your band here. Just fold your band in half. And you want to then kind of go back to that halfway point. You want to have about a foot of space, and you're just going to knot it right there. So you're just going to make a knot with about a foot. Yeah. So, and you can adjust. Don't make your knot super tight. And then just look and make sure that between the end of the band and the knot is about a foot of space. And then you can go ahead and tighten that up a little bit more. So we're going to be using the band like this the whole class. So we'll just leave it like this. Okay, are we ready?
Get on the floor.
We're seated. Starting in Patty's favorite position. So we're going to start with just placing that band around the bottom of the feet. And then you can grab onto, you have the knot, but then you can separate the straps and just hold one in each hand. And if you need more assistance here, because we're going to do some roll downs, then you can actually grab onto the knot too, just to give yourself a little bit more tension. All right, so we're going to start by sitting as tall as you can. Think about trying to elongate your sides of your waist. Call that your side waist. Think about elongating it, like your shoulders relax. And then as we begin, start to tuck that tail under you as you feel yourself draw to the back of the sit bones. And then just slowly come down to the mat with this nice tension on the straps. So you've got really great support. Curl all the way down. And from here, we're just going to curl up. So take a nice deep breath in. Start to bring your chin to your chest. And then start to reach forward with the arms. Pull the belly in. Curl all the way back up. And then sit nice and tall. Let's just do that a couple of times. And exhale. Tuck your tail under. Start to curl back. Nice and slow. Bring it all the way to the mat. Relax the shoulders, deep breath in. Exhale, chin comes in towards the chest as you reach forward. Pull your belly back as you come up. And sit tall one more time. And curl back. All the way, just really kind of warming up that spine, that movement of the body. Shoulders down, deep breath in. Exhale, curl up. And this time as you curl up, you can let go of the band and just reach forward towards your ankles or your feet. Just give yourself a nice fold over stretch. So just allow yourself to fold forward, kind of dive down towards those knees. And we're going to sit nice and tall, stacking up that vertebra, and then we're going to curl it down one more time, but we're going to stay there once we get there. So deep breath in, tuck that tail underneath. And curl all the way back down. And from here, you're going to take your right foot out of the band. Just bend that leg, bring that foot to the floor, and then take that other leg up to the ceiling. So what I'd like to make sure of is that you have your band around the ball of the foot, even part of the toes, right? And we want it nice and wide on the foot. I still have a hold of each side of the straps for the band. And I'm just going to bring my elbows down to my mat, and I'm just going to hang out here. So we're just going to start with this nice little hamstring stretch. So we're going to feel that leg drawing in until we feel that nice stretch through the back of the leg. And if you could try to keep your leg nice and straight. So if you tend to want to stretch with this little bend in the knee, take the leg down a little bit further, and then take your hand and push that thigh away until that comes into a nice straight leg, and then pull up from there. So we want to try to keep that leg straight only to create length into that hamstring as we stretch it. And then from here, we're going to release the stretch just a little. We're going to feel our pelvis firmly planted, and we're going to start with just some nice point and flexion. So we're going to point that foot up through the band, and then we're going to flex and reach the heel up towards the ceiling. And point and flex. Point and flex. Up and down. And just getting that nice movement of the ankle. Try if you can to keep your foot in that nice parallel position. So without moving the leg through the hip, we're just going to turn this point and flexion into an ankle circle. So you're going to point up and then you're going to circle that ankle down and around, circle it to the other side as you press up and down. So just nice big ankle circles here. Try to keep that leg from moving in the hip socket, right? We're just moving and generating from the ankle and that lower leg. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Let's reverse that circle. One way is always stupider than the other.
Why does that bother me so much? These are.
So we should be getting kind of into the shin area, the calf area, maybe the outside of the lower leg. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Relax the ankle. And then from here, grab a hold of the band in the opposite hand. So my right hand, and I'm just going to keep my right elbow down and on the mat as I let that leg open. And we're just going to circle it down and around. So these are not big stretches, right? Because we're not really warmed up yet. I'm just after movement. So just allow that leg to circle through that hip socket. You know, getting a little bit of a stretch, right? But not anything big. You're not focusing on the stretch. You're focusing on the movement. So let's do 2 more in this direction. And on this last one, we'll bring it up. We'll reverse that. Try if you can to keep your body from wanting to tip up and off the mat. You want to try to keep that whole back of the body on the mat. Let's do 2 more. Bring the leg up. So grab on to each strap again, and then we're just going to switch this out with our feet. So I'm putting my other foot in, taking my left leg out. And again, you want to make sure that it's nice and flat around the bottom of your foot. So elbows are down alongside you. Your pelvis is heavy on the mat. And then we're just pointing and flexing. So just going into that nice point and flex. These are such great warm-ups for your leg. It really just gets all of the muscles through your legs, kind of generating some movement, some warmth, so that when we get into our other stuff, you're ready to go. Right? Really, really important. Just like we do our footwork on the reformer, which is what we're going to kind of do next in the band. All right, so we're going to change this. We're going to go into those ankle circles. So you're just going to circle that ankle down and around, pressing back up to the band. So remember here, we don't want to let the leg move to the hip. Leg is staying perfectly still in the hip socket. You're just getting this movement to the ankle, the lower leg, and really try to make this circle big. We always think about scraping out a peanut butter jar, right? You have to reach and really scrape out the sides. So think about putting some effort into that. So let's do 2 and 1. Let's reverse that. Nice big circles. The leg doesn't have to be straight up to the ceiling. Just thinking about those ankle circles. You should be starting to really feel this through your shin area outside of the lower leg. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Take that strap in the opposite, or the band in the opposite hand. Bring that elbow down to the mat. And then we're just going to move into those leg circles. So again, just circling, letting that leg kind of float through that hip socket. You're not putting a lot of effort into the stretch, just moving. And let's do 2. And 1, bring the leg up. Let's reverse that and down. And down. I forgot something though on this side. What? I forgot our little hamstring stretch in the beginning. So we'll do that at the end. And let's do 2 more. And last one, bring the leg up to the ceiling. And let's just do that little hamstring stretch. So just, and again, not very big, just allowing that leg. And remember, we talked about this. You want, if you're in this little bent leg position, drop the leg away. Take your hand on top of your thigh and push it to straight. Once you get it to straight, then lift that leg up to where you feel a little bit more of that stretch. All right, so we're going to finish off with just kind of some of our footwork, like we were on the reformer. So you're going to keep your right leg in the band, but you're also going to put your left foot in parallel. So both feet, and we're going to bend those knees. And we're going to, again, take our band, but this time we're going to pull it towards our belly button. So tension is up to you. You hold where you want on the band. I'm going to hold kind of at the knot, right? And from here, we're just going to press both those legs out to straight. And then from this straight position, we're going to point, we're going to flex, and then we're going to pull it back in. And we're going to reach it out again. We're going to point and flex and out. Pull your belly in deep. Try not to let yourself arch through that back. So pull that belly in, point, flex, and in, and out, point, flex, and in, point, flex, and in. One more just like this, point, flex, and hold. Now lift from a straight leg up and lower, and up, and lower. Keep that low belly really drawing in deep. And up. Let's do 2. And 1. Bend those knees in. Take your hands, hug those knees in, round up kind of like a ball. Just give that back a little stretch, releasing out those hip flexors. Coming back down. Same position on the band, except that the feet now are going to go to your baby V. So you're going to separate the toes, right? So I'm stretching the band away, but my heels are going to stay together. I have that band. We're going to just repeat that series that we just did, except in external. So elbows are down, or the band is into the belly button. The elbows don't have to be down. Collarbone is open. We're going to exhale, press that leg out. Point, flex, and bend, and out. Point, flex, and bend. Really draw that belly in. It is keeping the baby V and really kind of pressing that band apart. And if you're getting into your hip flexors, take the legs up, right? Instead of down. And in, let's do 2. And 1 more, we're staying out there, we're pointing, we're flexing, we're holding, we're lifting. And down. Pull that belly in as you lift those legs. It's okay to imprint here. Keep that baby V. So you really got to focus on that external position of the leg and hip. Let's do 3. Keep the collarbone open, 2. And 1. Bend in. And again, you can let go of the band. You can hug those knees into chest, round up like that ball. And then we're going to take it over to Patty.
Yes. Okay, so the band is staying around our feet. Okay, and we're going to extend the legs up to the ceiling. Let's draw the legs in and kind of get that double leg hamstring stretch. Now that we're warmer, maybe we can go a little deeper. if you're drawing the legs in, and Cyndie, that was awesome what you said about the bent knee, because we're always trying to get a really extended leg. So you want that straight leg, and then you want to draw those toes, kind of like you're pulling towards the forehead, but pressing the tailbone down. And then let's add that big flex and release everything. Let it go. Keep that big flex, try to relax. And then one more big inhale. And exhale. And now we're going to straighten out the arms as my arms crack. And we're going to roll ourselves up, but we'll use our legs a little bit like a lever, okay? So arms are long, holding the knot or the tails of the strap. We're going to take that inhale and exhale. Keep the arms reaching for the toes, tuck the chin. As the upper body starts to lift, we'll start to lower those legs and make it graceful and slow. And come on up, yeah, and forward fold. Okay, rebuild this body. We're going to take that strap right up above the knees now. So make sure the knot is not on any part of your leg. It'll get irritating. Try to flatten out your strap so you don't have any wrinkles or cinch.
I do that to my skin.
Yeah, right.
Flatten out my skin.
I need lift that. We need a body lift. Okay. That's a thing I heard. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So you're seated, and we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So you're on the side of your feet. Your knees are open, kind of like a butterfly, and you've got tension on your strap. And then we're going to take our hands, place them behind us. You can go knuckles or fingers down, palms down, whatever feels good. And then we're going to lift up out of the chest, open up those shoulders, press the feet together, and we're going to pull the knees apart. So pull them down, and then keeping tension on your band as you just draw the knees apart. Squeeze the glutes as you draw those knees down to the floor. Press the bottoms of the feet together. Okay? And you're going to exhale as you open, inhale, release. And we'll go for 5. Trying to keep the glutes nice and engaged, the rib cage pulling back, but collarbones lifting up to the ceiling. There's 3. Just practice working there. 2. And 1. Hold it here. Just hold, static hold. And then release. We're going to keep our left knee still as we draw the right knee down. Okay, so adjust, reorganize. Lift the belly up, chest and collarbones, widen the collarbones. Drop that right knee, pull it down, press into the floor, and then bring it up. Keep tension on that strap. This is just your warm-up, so kind of a hip opener, a little bit of work. Exhale, press the knee down. And we'll go for 4. And belly is lifted. There's 3. I'm going to count good, I promise. 2. And last one. Bring that knee to a neutral position. We'll start on the other side. We'll go for 10. Okay, there's 9. So really push into the side, that outer part of your foot that's connected to the floor. Press it to the floor. 6, 7, 5. Good job, Cyndie. And 2. Hope everyone's breathing with us. And last. And pause right here, bring those knees together. We're going to open up the feet a little bit wider. We are going to go down into a roll down, and we'll end up ultimately on our side. I'm going to face you on my left side. So roll it down nice and slow. Keeping those feet down, using the hands if you need to. And onto the floor. So my knees are slightly bent, and my heels are in line with my sitting bones, okay? I'm going to roll over onto my left, trying to keep that little bend in my knees, like as if they were on the feet were on the floor underneath me. Okay, so a little bend. Ankles will line up with the hip, which lines up with that shoulder. And I'm going to come down to a nice, comfy, rested position with my upper body, but I want to lift that waistline up. So I'm going to shift that top hip. Even if I want to use my hand to do that, kind of a visual. I'm going to press that hip away, stack it on top of that bottom hip, and then my feet are going to go into a soles of the feet connected, okay? Bottom foot will stay on the floor, and then I'm gonna lift the toes of my top foot so that I've got that external rotation in that hip joint. Toes are up, bottom foot stays down. We're gonna close the knees and we're gonna draw them apart. So this is not big. Inhale, exhale, pull. So I want you to push down into the heel of that bottom foot. So heels are connected. As you're pulling the knee back, I want you to think of pressing that thigh, that top thigh or the top knee into the hand or the wall behind you. Exhale, take that little pause at the top as you squeeze it open, just maybe an inch farther. You should feel that glute medius. Your belly is tight, your ribs are lifted from the floor, your head is relaxed. 5 and 4. Push that foot down to the floor. And here's 2. And last one, hold it open, lift the heel and parallel those legs. Same work, but now the feet are apart. We're going to press that top knee behind us and just close it a little bit. Exhale. Inhale. So as we come in with the knee kind of stacked on top of the other knee, you want the legs parallel to the floor. And let's go for 5. Ooh, I know. 4, such a little move.
Dang.
And 3. Don't let that top hip roll back. 2. And hold it here. So we've got this bent knee position. We'll extend a little bit more, point the toes now. Drop the knee or drop the toes to the floor and bring that knee up to the ceiling. Keeping that extended, kind of longer bend of the knee. Belly is nice and tight. As you draw that leg up, draw that right or top oblique tight to lift that leg. Take it out of that hip flexor. Feeling that kind of glute medius. Are you feeling it, Cyndie?
Oh my God.
Okay, 4. 3.
Right.
I know. And 2. And last one. And break. We're going to extend those legs long. Good.
Yeah.
Yes, that was better than I thought. All right. So we're long, like a straight arrow. Toes are pointed. Line up those ankles all the way up with the hips to the shoulder, the ear. We're going to lift those legs, keep a little separation so you have tension on the band, okay? And we're going to lift up and lower down. So as you're lifting, you can use that top hand to press into the floor. Try to keep the tension on the band. And now we're lifting up using our top oblique on an exhale. And 3 and 2. Hold it here. We will scissor the legs. So top leg forward, pull. And then switch, pull that top leg behind. And exhale as you open, inhale to transition. We'll go for 3, kind of fun. And 2, and really go for that reach through the toes, last 1. And bring those legs down. And all right, that was it, right? We're gonna roll over onto our backs. I am gonna switch my whole direction. And we will start again. So knees are a little elongated, so not a total bend in the knees, not a tabletop knee. All right. Heel of the top leg connected to the bottom heel, but that bottom foot is stuck to the floor. Okay. You're going to press that top heel into the bottom as you open. And remember, organize your body. So the rib cage is lifted and you're light in that waistline. There's a little mouse and you don't want to squish him. Or maybe you do. Don't squish him. Those irritating mice.
Think more of ladybug.
The strawberry. You don't want to squish the strawberry. Okay. Open the knees. Press it back. Belly is tight. Your neck, your head resting, no tension there. Hand can be on the top hip if you want that reminder not to roll back on that hip. Let's go for 5. And 4. And here's 3. 2. And hold that knee open. Now just disconnect the heels, float that heel up to a parallel with the floor, and we'll press that top knee back behind us. Don't close it all the way. Keep tension on the band. Always think of a book for this one, as you're opening up your book. So top hip, don't let it roll back as that knee opens and we're exhaling. And 3, 2, hold that knee up, extend from that leg or that knee bend a little bit elongated, point the toe. Now you're going to tap the toe down to the floor. Use that top oblique to draw the knee up on an exhale. Inhale, exhale up. Tap it down. Keeping that rib cage lifted. So for 4 and 3. Yes, Jalen didn't want to get up this morning. 2. We were
Yes,
supposed
what
to
happened
have-
to Jalen?
I don't know. She's in trouble last time. Close the knees. Extend the legs long. Get into that perfect straight as an arrow position, crown of the head all the way to the toes. Lifting the rib cage, top hand on the floor to support. Lift up, lower down. As you lift, don't worry about how big the lift is of the legs. You're trying to lift with that top oblique, trying to shorten the distance between the top or bottom rib to the top of your hip bone. So think squeezing or cinching the waistline. Let's go for 3 and 2 and hold it up here on 1. Stabilize yourself with the top hand. Open those legs as wide as you can, trying to stay still in the hips, and you're just scissoring and pulling that top leg back behind you, reaching it as far forward as you can. 3 and 2 and 1, and bring those legs down. Yes. Okay, I'm going to have you guys take off the band, and we will be coming up to a kneeling position, but let's stretch real quick. Okay, so come on to your backs. Let go of that strap. Set it aside. We're done with that, I think. Yep, or maybe the rest of the class.
Nope.
No, we're not. Keep it near you. Just bring those knees and feet and everything together. Open up the shoulders, open up the arms, palms up. Try to relax and then drop the knees to one direction, one side. And try to think of lengthening that top rib cage all the way down to the knee. Let the knees settle. You want to stretch that out. And then turn on the top oblique, pull that belly deep as you bring the knees to center and go the other way. And just try to relax. So as you breathe, feel like you settle a little deeper into that stretch with every exhale. And then let's bring those knees to center. I'm going to have us roll ourselves up, just as gracefully as you can. Keep the shoulders down. If you need the elbows to support you, because we don't have that band for help, put the elbows on the floor as we start to roll up. So chin to chest, the top of the crown of my head, attached to my fingertips. Reaching. How hard is it right now?
Oh my
to roll
God.
up?
What's up with
I
that?
don't know what happened. Okay, forward. It's funny when you start working one muscle group, the others kind of settling. All right, so let's come up to a kneeling position. So we are going to have one knee down, one leg extended. So if you need extra cushion on the knees, you can roll up the pad underneath your knee. But we will roll it up for our one side as well. So so my left leg's going to be extended. If you need that extra knee cushion, just cut your mat in half like that, just for extra knee cushion. I'll do it. Okay. So hopefully my top leg doesn't slip. All right. So lining up my right knee straight up to my right hip bone, all the way to my shoulder. Yeah. Be careful. You can sit in the chair. All right. So we're going to take our hands long to this T position. Okay, straighten yourself out. We're going to rotate and stretch real quick. So we'll stretch toward the leg. So reaching through those fingertips, rotating from the belly button up, the rib cage is rotating, and then coming back to center, we'll rotate opposite, just for a little stretch. Am I going to? We did. One more time the other way. Center, inhale. Let's exhale, lengthen that side body. So your waistline, as long as you can. We'll take that extended left arm, take it behind the base of the head for support. We are going to hinge or side curl down toward the floor, reach those fingertips down. If you want more of a lift from the floor, you can double up the mat. I'll just do it without that.
I'll do
Down
that, yeah.
straight, okay. So we're gonna start as light in that bottom hand as you can. Just bend the elbow, but don't use the fingers to lift up. Inhale as you lower. Keep the belly tight. You want to pull it in and up. Don't pop it out. Keep those ribs pulling together and that neck as long as you can. And maybe your range of motion is getting a little bigger. And last one. Come up, take that bottom hand, support the base of your skull. Squeeze that extended leg. So you really want everything tight there. Pull the belly up, lift the ribs up and over. So bottom elbow trying to touch the floor. Keep it out of that low back. So maybe even a squeeze of the hips forward using the glutes just to save that low back. Inhale, exhale. You'll feel quad here too, by the way. Going for 3. As you exhale up, tighten that lowest pelvic floor area. Pull the ribs together. Here's your last one, and we'll add. So now as you dip that elbow down, I want you to rotate. Elbows are wide, look to the floor. Come back through center and up. We'll go 3 more. Inhale. Rotate. Come back through neutral and up. We'll inhale down, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Last one we're going to add for 2. Inhale. As you rotate, look to the floor, lengthen the spine, extend the arms long, place them behind the head, rotate, come up, last one. Inhale, rotate, look to the floor, widen those elbows, pull those shoulder blades back, and come back. And up. Yes, you are done. All right, with that side. Okay. How was that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You okay on your knee? Is
Yeah.
it a lot on the knee? Do you don't want to double up or your wrist?
It's okay.
One
Balance
thing,
is another thing.
Balance is for sure an issue. You are very right. All right. So extended leg, opposite leg. So we'll start with that rotation. So first line up, knee, hip, shoulder. Extend the arms, reach. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, rotate toward that extended leg, keeping those arms as long as you can. Let's go back down. Space yourself.
I'll go up.
Inhale. And exhale one more time, opposite. Center. All right, so top hand of the extended leg, supporting the base of the skull. Opposite hand reaching. You're going to inhale, curl over, hand comes to the floor. Inhale down, that is worse. Exhale up. So you can keep the hand on the floor for support, or you can just start to get a bigger range of motion, kind of connecting. So lowest part of the belly, think of that top oblique lifting. It is, and you want to push out, so really go for that pull in, and I know exactly what you're saying. So long neck, and last one, come up, hands go behind the head, so both hands support. Take that inhale, lengthen that spine, lift up and over. Bottom elbow tries to touch the floor. Exhale, lengthen as you come up, so long spine. Trying to turn on that top oblique. That is what is lifting you up. Don't push out the belly. Pull it in. And that breath, use that breath to close the rib cage. Here's your last 2 like this. Inhale. And last one, we're going to add rotation. So you're going to dip over, curl, rotate, look to the mat, pull those elbows back. Come back center, come up, 3 more. Inhale, rotate, come up, and those 2. That big range of rotation. glancing or looking to the floor, trying to square off the shoulders with the floor. And last two, we will add the extension. Dip, rotate, reach those arms apart, back behind the head. Last one. Rotate, reach, back, and exhale. And you are done. Oh, such a killer. Those are side overs, basically, that you would do on the box with your foot in the strap. So
A little harder.
little harder when you don't have the foot in the strap. Okay, so you're gonna take us through the next part. All right.
Okay, so we're continuing with core work. So we're gonna start with just bringing ourselves down to the mat. So just bring your hands behind your legs, slowly tuck that tail under you, and just keeping your feet down, go ahead and bring yourself all the way back down to that mat. Walk your feet in closer towards your glutes. Take your right leg, cross it completely over the left. We're just stretching. So we're gonna let those legs fall to the left. Looking to the right, we're gonna stretch now a little bit more of our piriformis, kind of in the center of the glute. If you can't find it, then you can just lift those legs up off the floor and kind of hold them in as you tip them over. And then you should be right in the center of your glute. And just breathe. And come down. And let's just do that on the other side. So uncross, cross that left leg completely over the right, and tip to the right. So see, on this side, I don't have to lift my legs. I feel it immediately in my center. And I can bring my legs, maybe come up to the toe on the floor and let those legs sink a little deeper, and then I get right there where I was on the side. Oh, that was so good. Let's do one more breath. And then bringing those legs up. And we're just gonna keep our hands down, our band away for the moment. And arms come up to the ceiling. So from here, we're gonna straighten those legs back out. So when we're doing this in a straight leg position, it's much more challenging to tuck the pelvis. So from here, we're just gonna think of pulling our pelvic bone towards our low back. And we're gonna feel this kind of scoop at the front of the belly, feeling our low back gently come to the mat. And if it doesn't get completely there, that's fine. I just want that connection, right? And as we stay here, we're just gonna keep that scoop of our belly as we curl up. And exhale, we're gonna look towards the toes. Inhale, curl down. I really like what Patty did earlier this week, where she had you envision a string from the tip of your fingers to the crown of your head. And as you curl up, the fingers are pulling on that string, bringing the crown of the head with you, and then curl down. So tucking slightly, exhale. Inhale. And tucking. Really try to hollow out the front of that belly. Let's do two more. And two. And one more. And we're going to add on. So on this next one, as you curl up, you're going to slide the heels in and then lift the knees towards the chest. So it's exhale. Start to curl up. Slide those knees in and then lift. Drop those heels down to the floor, slide them back out, and exhale. Pull the belly in, scoop out that belly. Inhale, and exhale. And exhale. Let's do two more. And last one. Go back to those extended legs. So this one is going to be the hardest one. If it bothers the back, just go back to either curling up or doing the one that we just did with the bent knee. So from here, as we curl up, legs stay long, we're going to lift them about 5 to 6 inches off the floor as we curl up. and scoop the belly. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Pull that belly in. The legs are not lifting very high. And 3, 2, and 1. Down. Go ahead and bend those knees in. And from here, we're going to keep the legs down for just a moment. We're going to do side to side work. So separate those legs a little wider than hip width apart. As we curl up, one hand goes between, the other hand goes to the side. Go back down. Think about chin to chest. Think about lifting the crown of that head like the string attached to those fingertips is pulling the crown of that head up. And don't think of forehead, right? Crown of the head. One more on each side. Hold here. We're going to lift those legs to tabletop. We're going to do the same thing. And down. Other side. Really think of cinching that waist. And up. One more. Adding on. So we're going to curl up. We're going to hold. So we're off to the right. One hand is between the legs, right? Other hand is off to the right. I'm looking at my right hand. I'm going to take my left leg and extend it out. And I'm going to lift it up. Yeah. And up. And 3, 2, 1. If your neck gets sore, please bring your hands behind the neck and support. And then we're going to go into circles that way. I actually like the hands behind the head. Me too. 2. So do that. Reverse it. Just stay twisted to the side. Looking to the right. 2 more. And come back. Set your upper body down. Your still legs are at tabletop. We're going to go ahead and let's just keep the hands. Let's curl up over to the left. Hold. Take that right leg out and lift it up. And down. And up. The last hurrah. And 2. And 1. Go into those circles. Keep those elbows open, as I just had to remind myself. 2 more. And we're reversing. Last set. Getting really windy. Oh, shoot. This is 3, 2, 1. Oh, and down. Wowza, lower those legs. Lengthen them out. And just let those legs wiggle out. Are you going to use the band this much? No. Oh, okay, so we didn't have to use the band the rest of us. All right.
All right. So are we good? Okay. Let's just finish with a quick little, hold on. We'll go slow. I want you to focus on kind of loosening up that spine. Head will stay down, nice and open with the shoulders. Let's bring the arms out toward the side, palms up, so that the shoulders are really broad and the back side of upper back, thoracic spine connected and relaxed. Let the shoulders open and fall to the floor. Find that position with the feet where their heels are in line with the sitting bones, knees to bed. Take your inhale. We'll use the belly, draw the navel down to the floor. Let that tailbone tip up. Push down into the feet as you try to reach those knees over the toes. And really pull those heels back to the glutes. So you really get that extension of the front side of the body as long as you can. Keep that extension or that length as you roll it down. And we'll go up again. Exhale, imprint that low spine. Trying to push every vertebrae into the mat before you lift it. Feels really good. Big stretch. Knees are reaching over the toes. Pulling the belly up and away from the hip bone. Roll down. Next time we go up, we'll hold it just for a minute or a second. Exhale, a few seconds. Squeeze those glutes. Lengthening the front side of the body. Let's take the hands, place them behind the head. So elbows are wide. Just lightly with the fingers at the base of the skull or the top of the neck, right where it meets that head. And you're going to roll it down. Thinking of the length. Just a bigger stretch. Yeah. Yes. Exhale. Roll it up. As we work through it, it just gets better and better. Try to relax those elbows down to the floor. Open up the collarbones as you roll down. And we'll roll up again. Hold it here. Squeeze those glutes. Keep the hips high. Let's reach the arms up. If that doesn't feel good on shoulders, just bring them out to the key again. Otherwise, I want you to reach through those fingertips. Knees are reaching over the toes as you exhale. Roll it down. Keep the arms long. And then bring the arms up to the ceiling. Place them on the mat. We'll roll up one more time like that. Exhale. Imprint that low back. Peel up. Squeeze into the lengthen the front side of the body. Bring the arms up. Keep those shoulders down. Reach through the fingertips away from the toes as you roll it. And then come up. Lower the hands down beside you. Let's bring our left leg a little longer on the floor, so a little extended. Cross that right ankle over the top of that left knee. And then bring those knees up like you're bringing the left leg up to the tabletop. Wrap the hand behind the knee of the bottom leg. Use your elbow if you want to open up that top knee. And flex that top foot. And then just hang out here and draw those knees in a little closer if that feels good. Pressing the tailbone down to the floor, settling in, relaxing. And then nice and slowly let go of that leg if you grab that leg. And then switch sides. So the left ankle on top of that right knee, it's a little farther away than usual. And then we'll bring it back into tabletop and just go slow until you find the stretch. And once you settle in, make sure the top ankle is flexed. You're opening up the bottom knee gently. You can use the hand, the elbow, and then draw the knees a little closer and relax in the stretch. Press the tailbone down. Try to keep the back side of the pelvis connected to the floor. And then nice and slowly place that down on the floor. We're going to extend the knees. Let's see how the roller works this time. All right, so hands are coming up to healing. Now their back is all stretched out. Let's exhale. Fingertips start to slowly reach, lowering down to the floor. Look to those toes. Crown of the head comes up. Over the ribs, is it? Reach forward for those toes. Use your hands and just collapse here. And try a forward fold. Get a little deeper with every breath. Let the head fall. And really relax the head. So you feel the length up the back side of the neck after all that kind of lifting of the head without support. And you want a little bigger stretch back there. And then I'm going to place the hands on top of my leg, palms down. And as I rebuild my spine, I'm going to lift my lowest pelvic floor up, pull the ribs back, press gently into the leg. Let's bring the hands up for a big breath. Nice and tall as we extend, or as we drop the arms down, we're going to rotate toward the left. Rotate down to the left. Grab one leg with that closest hand, opposite hand. You come to the floor. Good morning, Mary. Sit up tall. Now trying to keep that length in that side body. Arms come to a T. Rotate back to center. Opposite direction. Stay nice and tall. Pull the ribs back. Drop the hands down. Use the hand to the leg if you want to keep the rotation. Make sure those shoulders are down. up to a T, nice and tall, come back center, and you are finished. Awesome.
Thanks, you guys.
You did it.